Hey guys, good morning. It is Saturday, March 16th. It's a very bright and sunny day here, so we are in full swing with getting the garden started. I'm waiting for a delivery to come of a very large package of something that we are going to share with you. We have so much going on today, and we are so far behind because of all of the crazy, unpredictable weather. So I'm bringing you back to the backyard garden, which is still sleeping. But over the past few years, we've been able to start in the middle of February because it's been so mild, and we've been able to get everything cleaned up and prepped and ready to plant. But this year we had all of the crazy rain. It was nice, then we got snow, then it was nice again. So we're going with the flow and rolling with the punches out here. So basically, I had to wait, and my carrots have been delayed. So today I'm sowing 18 varieties of carrots. Now, my theory of growing carrots may be different than yours. And what I like to do is get my bed nice and loose and prepped. It doesn't have to be the most fertile soil, but we've been really successful at growing carrots. So I'm going to stick to my method. I am, however, changing the location of where I am starting them. Normally they're in the very tall bed here so that we have depth and the carrots can grow long. But this bed I'm in here is plenty deep for a carrot bed. So I have to switch it up. This tall carrot bed just wasn't doing well for some reason. And we realized that the neighbor's tree next to it has roots that are going up into the bed, and we think there's some competition happening. So I'm going to sow something else in there and see how we can work that out. But what I like to do is start by making sure the soil is nice and prepped and pre-moistened. I do not put a board or cardboard or anything over my seedlings. Instead, I wait for a day where everything is a very calm day. It's a very bright and sunny day. I get everything out of the way because we're working with tiny little seeds. I know how many rows I'm going to do. I have all my labels ready and I'm well prepared. I try to not do the method of over sowing and then thinning when they're sprouting because that's just too much work. And I don't want to do it twice. So I'm going to put down a specific number of seeds in specific designated rows. I will give it a big misting drink. These are surface sowed. Carrot seeds need light to germinate. They absolutely have to. So we're going to pre-moisten it, and then we're going to spray it down after we get the seeds in, and we're going to do this on a day again where it's not too windy and there's no heavy rain predicted, because heavy rain will just wash away your rows. So you have to watch the weather and know to do this on a calm day where there's no wind and there's no heavy rain. So let me just turn you around and show you my rows and what varieties I'm growing. So hopefully it can help you to get some ideas if you want to try to grow some carrots. Now, carrots like full sun, and while they're germinating, they need to be kept evenly moist. So you're going to have to come out here and babysit them a little bit. You can see how I have all of my tags in, and my rows are going to run from the short end. I'm not running long rows, but you can run them however you want. I'm doing this way so I can get the 18 varieties into one bed. And I have a lot of interesting varieties here. Here's a new one I got from Baker Creek this year. They had some promo going, and I really love these multicolored carrots. Now, Cosmic Purple and Atomic Red, they do grow for me, but they just don't get nice and big. Now, if you want a nice big red carrot that has some interesting color inside, go with Purple Dragon if you're curious. I've had really great success with this beautiful carrot. It's a little bit more on the bitter side, but I really, really like it. Another interesting and colorful carrot that you may want to try to grow is, where are you? I like the amarillo, however you want to say it. We'll say Amarillo for the sake of being American. And that's how we normally pronounce our things here. We pronounce every single letter. Here is another one. Look at all my varieties, you guys. Doing a lot of colorful blends this year. Carnival Blend did okay for me. Rainbow did okay last year. And the Calliope did okay. They're all basically the same. But if you want a sweet yellow carrot, these little guys, they grow fast and are short and nubby, but it's really satisfying because you can count on it. These are really going to germinate. So again, the basic instructions are on the back. You know, carrots require light and fluffy soil, full sun, adequate moisture, but not overly fertile, surface sow and press with consistent irrigation, best in cool weather. And you can see this package has a minimum of 300 seeds. That might say 800 seeds. It's usually 300. But if your carrots are not sprouting within 2 to 3 weeks, they might not be starting for you. But also I have a lot of different sized orange carrots, and again, I've been using these packs for a few years. You can see that they're all open. The new Corota is one I like, you guys. This was a good carrot. It gave me not very long, but nice. They're a fatter carrot, a little stubby, but they grew fairly easy and fairly quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bed sowed, wait for our delivery to come, and then today is very, very busy. So let's take a walk down here and see what's going on. We came up with some new shapes for these tomato beds. So if you want to see how this works out, you want to subscribe to our channel, please, and follow along. Please remember to like the videos. These are not set yet. These are just, this was an inventory check. So we know that we had enough inventory to build a couple new beds. Farmer John got the caps on the beds that we've built already. We still have to do this. And we have continued maintenance. Hey, Farmer John, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
So,
caged in.
You're caged in?
Yeah.
Farmer John had to take down the berry barn because the wind decided that it did not want it here. So we said, okay, wind and weather, we'll do what you say. So it had a different plan for us. So we contain our blueberries here because we have some really destructive little birds that come, and they will take out these berries in a day. Now, I don't know how farmers manage it. I don't know how they keep their fields going where they're able to just harvest berries. But we've been keeping them caged in, and we're not getting the harvest that we want. But we're getting plenty of harvest to sustain us. Now, this is a late season raspberry. We couldn't figure out why it wasn't giving us any summer raspberries, and then I realized they were late summer raspberries. So last year we had raspberries from that, and they were like raspberry candy. Farmer John, you loved them, didn't you?
They were incredible.
Now this blackberry bramble is a thornless variety, and we got the, yeah, really, because it just took over, and you can see how aggressive they want to go as brambles. And we had so much going on last year, we were unable to properly prune everything, so we have been bad gardeners. But the garden is teaching us what it wants. It's teaching us that these blackberry bushes need more support. Now, as a base support, I just took some of the hog panel that we bought in the big roll from Tractor Supply, and we used it as a cage inside of the pot, which is where we started it. We had no idea what to expect from these berry bushes, but they want some sort of a trellis. So we might have to build an actual trellis of some sort for them, because they attached to the net that we were using to keep the birds out. And now it's all woven in, and it's a little bit of a nightmare, but it's okay, because after this year, we're gonna get as much as we can out responsibly, and then at the end of the year, we have to prune it back. Like I said, we just couldn't get to it. Blackberries are another thing you wanna watch out for rust. With strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, they all get rust, and rust can be very, very bad for your garden. Some people totally remove blackberry bushes when they suffer from rust, and they throw them away. This one here had rust. I isolated the branches, removed them carefully, got them right into the trash. The rust went away, and we didn't have a problem. So the key is to catch it early.
Clean your tools after you
And clean your tools. Good advice, Farmer John. So anyway, you guys, here she is. Here's the garden. We're getting ready. You can see things just want to grow. I have, the cabbages are still growing. I have something growing here that I don't know what it is. It's starting to go to seed, though. Could be Mizuna. You think that's Mizuna?
Right, huh?
Right here, this thing?
Could be, huh?
We don't know what that is. Hopefully the beets are going to be something pretty soon. You know how the song goes, and the beat goes on. You guys, who sang the beat and the beats go on? That's it.
Wasn't
Who
that funny
sang?
to share?
You weren't supposed to tell.
Oh.
We wanted somebody to tell us in the comments below. Anyway, Farmer John blew it, you guys. That was the song of the day. So, yeah, lots going on here. Here's a few Napa cabbages from last year. Now, I've just noticed that I think they decided to bolt instead of head. Napa cabbage is known to bolt when it's exposed to too much cold, actually. So I don't know if we're going to have a head in here. I'm going to let it hang on a little bit longer. Might have lost it, but it's okay because they, I don't know where they ran off to. We moved them from another spot. And we thought, let's give them a try and see if they'll head. But it's okay because I have some fresh ones inside. And it's strange that some things would bolt in the cold versus bolting in the heat. But it is what it is. Let's see. This one is going to seed also. So we have cabbages going to seed. And you know what? Maybe I'll let them go until the last minute before we have to turn this little field for carrots or for corn. And I'll try to harvest some cabbage seed. We'll see what happens with that. Those guys over there, the red cabbages though, they're heading. So, okay, it's a full day. I'm lollygagging and trying to figure out what it is that I have to do still. So, I'll also be bringing out some carrots or some cabbages to get planted over here. Okay, so again, I'm doing this on a day where it's not too windy because what I'm doing is kind of dangerous. I have all my packets laid out in the rows according to the name tag behind them. But once I go into a seed packet, I'm going to get my seeds in and then I'm going to put my seeds in a little container so I know that I sowed that packet and I can get it out of the way. This is the easiest way that I stay organized because sowing these tiny little seeds can be a little frustrating. So I want you to be prepared if you're going to do a bunch of varieties and you want to try to do this in a way where you don't have to go back and thin them out later. Do it on a day where you can have everything laid out and organized. Get your tags in the ground first, know your area, and then work with your favorite varieties. I try to narrow it down, but they're all becoming my favorite varieties, kind of like tomatoes and everything else that I grow. So I'm going to go ahead and get started sowing this. So for those of you who have never started carrot seeds before, they are very, very small, and I'm not even going to risk bringing them out into my hand. You can see how the temptation can be to just go ahead and do a big sprinkle of them, and then you lose control. Carrots really grow best when they have some separation, which is why you have to go back and thin them out if you don't plant them separated. All right, so my back's killing me, but I got 18 varieties of carrots in. Now there's a couple carrots I want to turn you around and show you as far as varieties because I have some issue with them, but I continue to try to grow them for several reasons. One is I still have seeds, so I'm trying to use up the seeds, and while they grow for me, they just have some issues. But I'm gonna, you know, besides the fact that I have the seeds, there's some reasons why I grow specific carrots. So I'm gonna turn you around and go over a couple of these varieties with you in case you're trying to grow them as well. Now this Leigh carrot is new to me. I'm hoping it grows as shown because these darker carrots are so full of micronutrients and beta carotene and antioxidants. This is critical if you're trying to get these micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals into your body. A lot of people like to juice these when they can get them to grow, so I don't know how that one's going to grow. But this Black Nebula, I've been trying to get this to grow for a few years now. It grows very knobby and very rooty and very fibrous as a carrot. So you'll get a big knob on the top and then you just get a really skinny taproot. I haven't had true success with this, but it's wonderful in the salad. It is so black and such a dark purple, it does actually dye your hands. Now, they make great juicing carrots versus, you know, going with like a dark grape juice. Something like this is so much better for you. It's the same thing with the Pusa acida. It just gets this big knobby head on it at the crown and then this really skinny taproot. And the taproot can go on for a very deep distance, and it's just very, very fibrous and rooty. So out of all of them, the Purple Dragon is not as dark, but it's just much easier to grow. Now, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do these really dark carrots, and I'll tell you another reason why. Now, I've noticed that, you know, I'm able to store carrots for months. The key to storing carrots in the refrigerator for a very long time is washing all of the soil off of them, cutting off their tops and making sure there's no green and no undeveloped taproot. So you get them nice and clean, and then you let them dry on the counter, but not dry to the point where they've wilted. If they've wilted, they're probably never really going to recover. So you have to learn what your balance is. If you should grow a variety of colors, as I am showing you today, separate your dark flesh carrots that have these dark skins, because they get moldy very, very quick. So I noticed I lost a whole bag because I had Pusa acida and the Black Nebula mixed in with them last year. I lost a whole bag because the black ones decided to get wet and moldy. So separate them, you guys. Even better yet, if you have 3 varieties of really dark carrots, separate them by their own variety completely, so you know what could potentially be the culprit, and you won't lose the rest of your varieties that you're trying to store over a long period while you're waiting for succession sowing to pop up. Now, one of the fun parts of this little adventure here is that our watering system is hooked up to the irrigation, and it's still just March, so our irrigation will not be on until we're well past any chance of frost or any heavy freeze. So everything at this point will be hand watered, bringing it in from the house, and it is very, very laborious. But as I said, with this first run here, I'm going to get the water bottle and I'm going to mist it in. And another important thing is, with carrot seeds, you want to keep them at the surface. I recommend, in my experience, that you cover these beds with some sort of netting, because the happy little birds come in. They're so cute, but they're out here and awake. You know, the early bird catches the worm and the early bird catches the seed, you guys. So if you can put up a net and secure it, but keep the net up off of the soil, you want to elevate it. It'll keep the birds out. Then you come out every day, you keep your carrots misted for a few days. Then you can go in with a watering can or a hose and get them heavier watering, because as I said, you want to keep these at the surface because carrot seeds need light to germinate. So right now I'm going to go and get my water bottle. I'm going to give everything a mist, and then we're going to put a little bit of netting on top of it, keeping it up off the soil. So make sure you secure your net when you put it on, because the little birds, they always find a way to get under there. Luckily we don't have rabbits, but in the past it's been rabbits, it's been fox that come in and they dig. We don't really see any chipmunks anymore. There's really no squirrels back here, but you never know what each season is going to bring. So, and then you have us. I trip over this stuff all the time, and you can really get tangled up in this net, you guys. So anyway, I will come back later on today. I misted it in with the water bottle, which is a little bit laborious. Now that it's the act of the misting alone gets the seeds settled down just enough where they can sit in there and still be at the surface. So I'm going to come back with the watering can and give it more of a soak as the day dries it out, because it's dry here today. But so our carrots are all sowed for the season, and then we'll come back and we'll do this again in late summer for a fall harvest. And we should be seeing these guys roughly in June at some point. I'm going to say some of them might emerge and be ready by May. They say carrots in New Jersey in our climate are roughly 75 days, but I've had some carrots go over 120 days. And sometimes when they get exposed to too much heat, they bolt or they become pithy, which means you just can't even chew on it. It's very, very cardboardy and woody. So anyway, these are the things you can run into when you're sowing carrot seeds, you guys, but I hope you'll try. And something else that I'm going to be doing with a few of my carrot seeds, I'll be adding seeds directly to some of my flower beds that will be specifically devoted to the butterfly garden, because the swallowtails really, really love the carrot leaves. So if you are growing carrots and you're harvesting, make sure you have a look at all your green tops before you discard them, because there's probably most likely black swallowtail eggs on there, or even baby caterpillars. So it's something else to think about, and those little guys are important for our ecosystem. So anyway, everybody, try to grow some carrots this year. It's really actually pretty easy, and you can grow carrots in a pot. Thanks for spending the day with me, guys. I'll see you in the next video.